Do you still remember these 15 furry children with a tragic fate? Jianqi and I, Xiaoma, met a dog meat cart on the road. A car full of dogs, Pony, followed all the way. I contacted 7 Liangzi as soon as possible. After turning several intersections, I finally stopped the car. The eyes of the furry children in the carriage were full of fear and terror, looking at their ignorant appearance. In the small cage, I struggled desperately. There are all kinds of furry kids in the car. There is even a little puppy that just turned 1 month old. There is even a little puppy that just turned 1 month old. Can't escape the miserable fate. There are 2 more on top. This is Golden Retriever. Why are there so many dogs? Boss, where do you put this dog? I collected it in the village. People have sold. I bought. How do you collect so much? Hey, these are all pet dogs. You kill. What is a pet dog? I don't understand. I don't understand. The whole family has to eat. I eat this. You can't do anything else while eating. You take this. Don't you have a conscience if you kill this dog? Oh, there is a small one here. Why are you still collecting this little one? I care about size. If there is a dog, take it in together. What about the people at Jigang County Hotel? I don't care. Looking at a car full of 25 furry kids. It was sent to the restaurant and served on the human table. It's just too cruel. Look at this little horse. That one doesn't move. There are so many dogs lying there, they must be stepped on by the big dog. Or how did you do it? I think it's almost out of breath. Look at that dog. Hey, what are you doing? This cage cannot be opened. No, look at that dog. This is lying down and unable to move. The dog is almost out of breath. The one lying down and unable to move. Then you don't have to worry about it. Watching a dog breathe. The boss wouldn't let us get close. We just couldn't bear to see these 25 furry kids die like this. We decided to save them all. But the boss heard that we wanted to buy them all. The lion asked for 15,000 yuan. After our constant discussion, the final price was 12,800 yuan. But we only have 5,000 yuan. I was planning to pay for some of the medical expenses for President's son. The only thing to do is to save the furry kid first. I wanted to discuss with the boss and give him a deposit of 5,000 yuan first. But the boss doesn't agree. There were too many dogs, so we asked the owner to send the furry kids to the small yard first. We'll pay the boss the remaining money. It was also a discussion. After communication, the boss agreed. In fact, the only 5,000 yuan we had was already given to the boss. I can't afford a penny. In order to save the lives of these 25 furry children, we had to tell a white lie. You finished unloading. Give me the money so I can leave. Good boss. That boss, hurry up. Let me tell you the truth. I'm telling the truth. I don't have enough money. The boss was very angry when he found out we had no money. Threatened to take all the dogs away. We keep asking the boss to give us a day to prepare. The boss said that if he didn't see the money tomorrow morning, he would take all the dogs away. After settling the fur kid, we took the little guy to the hospital. But I'm still a step late. Dean's son said that the furry child's body has been in a dry and low temperature state for a long time. I don't know how to swallow now. Only 1 breath left. No more treatment. We still hope that President's son can think of a solution. Save the life of a furry kid. But the furry kid still couldn't make it through. "25 furry kids have just arrived at the yard and need to undergo various tests. We got the test strips for parvovirus and leukemia from President's son. We tested each of them for 7 viruses overnight. Ensure their safety and protect the furry children in the yard. The virus has an incubation period, although it is not. But they also need to be isolated and observed. The incident happened suddenly and there was no extra room in the courtyard to isolate them. Also for the safety of the fur children. I can only place the furry children at the entrance of the courtyard first. I don't know how long it has been since any of them last ate. Each one devoured it voraciously. We are here to protect you. You can sleep peacefully. The next morning the boss came to the courtyard to ask for money. But one night, we only managed to collect 5,000 yuan. The boss was very angry and there was still 2,800 yuan left. The boss took our electric bike away. We really have no money. It is not a good idea to keep the furry child outside the yard all the time. I specially cleaned up a room and moved the fur kid to the small yard. Isolation. Every furry kid's hair is tangled and messy. It shows how bad the living environment was before. There are also many fleas on the body. After bringing them all into the courtyard, carry out deworming. Furry kids are like sensitive little angels. I am still a little scared and timid about unfamiliar environments. I just experienced the fate of the hearts have been hurt a lot. It takes time to build trust with humans. Some of them have eyes full of vigilance and anxiety. Some of the 24 furry children have a cold. We can't take them all to the hospital. We can only take the more serious Alaska to the hospital first, for the health of our furry children. We specially invited President Sun to our courtyard. Check the fur kids one by one. Ensure that every furry child is healthy. This border collie is a little depressed and has a big belly. We suspected that it had some disease. After examination by Director Sun, the furry child is healthy. He just got scared and became timid. This furry kid has a strong personality. The child is also quite old. After examination, one of his eyes was found to be glaucoma. There is a breast tumor on the abdomen. Because the fur child is already very old, Director Sun does not recommend surgery. As long as the tumor does not continue to grow, it does not need to be removed. Eyes can also be treated conservatively with eye drops. After checking each fur kid, we started to vaccinate them. Improve their resistance to viral infections. Every furry kid is very well behaved and obedient. Why go through such torture and hardship? Dean Sun said that the number of furry children is increasing. The sanitation and disinfection of the courtyard must be done well. The hair on the furry child is very tangled. We will also clean them up. Thick hair hides a skinny body. Looking at the furry child's ribs, my heart is filled with sadness and pain. This furry kid has eye problems. A lonely person with a relatively. Before I knew it, the furry kid had been in our yard for 9 days. Isolation has now been lifted. Meet the furry kids in our yard. Each of them is trying to get familiar with the environment of the courtyard. Their state also gradually changed from tense to relaxed. They can finally sleep peacefully. Now I just hope that each of them is healthy and happy. Carefree life in the courtyard.